Hey, everybody. Deb McHugh here. How are you? Just wanted to pop in and talk to you about something that I think is funny but relatable, and for sure is something that I've kind of figured out through the School of Hard Knocks how to do a little bit better. Um, have you ever hosted a family event, or even planning a wedding, right? Something that is full of ideas and different things that you want to make special throughout the day. And as you're going through your planning stages, you have your lists and you're talking with friends. You might be on Pinterest checking things out. But when it comes to, let's talk about maybe Thanksgiving, right? A day or two before it, it's really crunch time, right? And it's not just about, I want to have rolls or I want to have my turkey or, I want to have 21 people sitting in my dining room and living room. It's how am I going to make that happen? Um, I think that's something fairly relatable for all of us that we go through that, depending on the season and what the event is. We're planning something like that. So I will tell you my funny story is we used to live down in Pennsylvania and not super close to our family. And back in 2012, we moved closer to them, Rochester, New York. My family's from Buffalo. And through the grace of my day job, they relocated us up here to be closer. So everyone was like, we're having Christmas at Deb's. Yay, we're having Christmas. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've never had my whole family here. This is going to be so awesome. So I did that. I had the lists and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make all this great food and it's going to be so fun. And I'm going to try and, the first time we're having everybody at our home. So I want to make it special for everybody. So I had my plan and the day comes and just a little thing for you to keep in the back of your mind. My brother is a chef, right? So he is kind of the culinary expert. So the day comes and my mom and dad come in Christmas Eves because she's going to help me. And she's like, okay, what do we got? And I'm like, I want to do this. And the only thing I really had set were the tables. So this room that we're in, we're kind of in my dining room, and this is the family room. So we have tables that run all the way through. We've gotten better at it, but it holds about 25 people. So it's one long row, so you can kind of see everybody. And that's about all that I had done when she showed up. I had all my ideas, and I was like, I'm going to cook, right? And it's going to be great. So as the day is going, clearly time becomes an issue. And, I'm working through making sure I have enough time. We had a little turkey with some other things. I had the oven for that. And then, oh, by the way, I was doing these special sauteed Brussels sprouts. And then we had the rolls. And then my dad wants a lemon meringue pie. So I wanted to make that, but that takes oven time. So all these things, right, they start colliding. And by the time my brother gets here, I think he saw the stress on my face. My mom and I had a couple of glasses of wine to try and calm me down. And I just wanted my family to be here. But then I was thinking, I'm not going to have anything good for them to eat. Like, what's going to happen? So he's trying to bring me out of it. And so then we get to part, and he says, okay, are we going to put it on the island, kind of in the kitchen, right? And I said, no, I want this to be sit down. I want everyone to sit down and we're going to put, a plate of everything on all tables. And at this point we had three. We had the dining room table, another table, and then we had a kids table. So everyone was going to have their own serving of stuff. And he was like, wow, are you sure you want to do that? I'm like, I so want to do that. And I'm opening the drawers and I'm trying to pull out spoons and find dishes. And clearly I'm struggling to get enough dishes for all of that, right? And then there's this special platter in our family that goes way back to my grandmother's. And I still remember that when we would have Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner, she would have the protein right on this platter. So I'm thinking, I absolutely want to use that platter. And I couldn't find it. And I was upset. And so I'm trying to pull it together. So everybody was incredibly gracious. They kind of knew by the time that they had gotten here, that I was well into it and trying to figure it out. So they loved me with grace and just, we are so glad to be here. But it was, I would say it was an epic fail. I think that was the Christmas I tried to make from scratch chicken French for everybody. It was crazy for 25 people. And I learned my lesson, right? After going through all of that, I said, okay, clearly in my personal life, I need to do something way different than just having Post-its. And, there wasn't the app yet for Trello, but I need to do something different to kind of pull this all together. This is a massive thing, right? It's kind of like um, all these different things, like picture here's the dinner and there's all these different things coming in from the side, and it's a tremendous concert or orchestra to conduct to make sure things are happening at the right time, and then this is the thing that leads into this, and you're kind of going down the road, right? um, so that's when I decided to take what I do. I'm a project manager in the daytime, and bring that into my personal life a little bit for things such as this. And when I started doing that, things really calmed down. I was able to get to the point where when my brother gets there, my island's kind of clean, and my mom and I are having a glass of wine, and I have it all charted out on the wall. When does this go in the oven? When does the turkey need to cook? And what's the temp? And kind of have my transitions planned. So that way by 3 o'clock, I don't know if that's your time, it's always our time that we're going to end up eating. It works, right? So that's where I've gotten to. So now we are in HBR, maybe some of you, or we are just learning so much from Martha on how to elevate ourselves um, as women, as moms, as entrepreneurs, right? We are trying to level up and have all this incredible support of the community, but we're trying to do so in a way that gets us somewhere. And many of us are embracing the idea of Post-its, Martha. Like, I think this is you. I have my 5 subject notebook. And that is great for me to be able to get the juices flowing. But when it comes to executing, I need to use my project management skills. And um, that's a tool. That is something beyond what I say your brain can do, right? You have to have something that's actually going to give you a visual that you could see kind of stepping things out. Maybe envision kind of a chart, if you will. And, here's your line for the turkey, right? So if the turkey is in the oven that whole time, there are only other certain things that can happen during that time. But before then, you can do things. And then you have your prep. So that way you're not standing there at 3 o'clock saying, where's the dish? Here's my dish, guys. Here it is, right? Is this the most gaudy looking thing you've ever seen? I swear to God, if this was not in my home, I think that I would just lose it. I would cry and just not be good. This is the dish. And for every family event we have, even if it's Thanksgiving or Easter ham, it goes on this dish. But you have to know where those things are. And you can't put yourself in a position where whimsically you say, oh my gosh, I am going to serve this dinner sit down style, but I don't have enough bowls, right? That's what started getting out of control for me. And so I try and calm that down now. So something that I've done is put together a program for us all to use. It takes the Post-its, it takes the notebooks, it takes the red markers, it takes the highlighters, and it calms it down. It's on your computer, and it's very thoughtful. And as you go through it, you will see if I focus on this task, I have this time frame to do it in. I can manage against that time frame, and then I move to my next task, and it actually charts it out for you. And if you want to say that this goal, a lot of us are talking about websites and different things like that. If you have a goal of building a website, if you don't have the bandwidth in your personal life to do it in a week, don't put the pressure on you to do it in a week. If you want to grant yourself 3 weeks, just know the steps that build on each other and have it so that any given Monday night that you sit down, you're going to be able to look at it and say, I know that I need to get this stuff done. I decided this myself, and I know that when I get this done, I can move to the next step, and so on and so forth. And that is true project management. And it's also granting yourself the grace to say, this is what I'm going to focus on because I know this is what is going to benefit me the most. I can keep my list over here. I call it my squirrel sheet of other things, of other goals that I have, and I don't want to lose sight of them. But I know for my best well-being, I am going to focus on this right now. And I'm going to know all the steps it takes to get to that goal, to bring that Post-it note to life. I know what it takes, and I'm going to be so proud and feel so empowered when I get that done. And that is what I am able to offer to you guys. I have a program for that. And it's going to make it that when you want to find your dish and you want to put your plate of wonderful turkey on it, you know where the dish is, you pull it out, it's there, and you execute. So similar to our website example, when you are ready to launch, you know the date that you're going to launch. It's not, it's going to be one more week, or I forgot this. It takes all that questioning out of it. Um, that's what we're going to do together. So I just wanted to share that with you. Um, Below here, you can feel free to click on the link for the class, check it out. It's just a little summary page that tells you a little bit about it. And if it's right for you, I'd love to have you join us. I think it's really affordable because I wanted to make sure that everyone had the ability to move as fast through this process as they could and get to a place of peace, right? Because I think it's something that when we enter this, we're super excited and we're all jazzed up, right? But we want to also have the rewards and peace that goes with it. So this will help you along that journey so much. So I just wanted to share that funny story because it is something that we all have had in our lives. And if we can apply a little strategy, and maybe if I can share with you some of my project management skills that I use in my day job, um, it's going to bring you along that path as well. And then we're all better for it, right? We're all more successful and we lift each other up. So I hope that helped a lot explain kind of my approach to things. Click below, message me, do whatever you want. Even if you just want to talk project management a little, just kind of the ins and outs of a successful project management plan. I am there to help you with it. And let's go from there. So I hope you all have an awesome night. And this is Deb McHugh signing off, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. I got to stop the recording.